What if Allison and Sloane were actually prisoners at the Dark Umbrella Academy all along? And what if Sloane's gravity powers actually came from her time spent at the academy? In this video, we'll explore the view that Allison and Sloane are prisoners at the academy and how Sloane's gravity powers work. Let's walk you through everything you need to know about this mysterious sci-fi series and its two most intriguing main characters. So continue watching for your comprehensive guide to the Dark Umbrella Academy theory. Let's start with Sloane and Allison. Who are they? Sloane and Allison are two girls who seem to be best friends in the Dark Umbrella Academy. They are seemingly two peas in a pod and share all of their secrets. Their friendship seems like the kind you'd find in a typical high school drama series. At least that's what we thought for most of the series. Eventually, we find out that Sloane is actually working with the principal of DUAB and is actually spying on Allison and the rest of the students. Why? To find the least susceptible subjects, so she can test out a new formula on them. However, Sloane isn't just a lackey of the principal. In fact, she might be the true mastermind of the DUAB. We come to learn that Sloane comes from a very wealthy and influential family, which could explain her obsession with power. We also find out that Sloane is actually Allison's older sister, although we don't know why she abandoned Allison when they were younger. The Dark Umbrella Academy theory. What if Sloane and Allison are actually prisoners at the academy? Why are they being held there? And what do their captors want with them? Sloane and Allison seem to be best friends, but what if their relationship is actually much more complicated than that? Sloane is Allison's older sister, and she seems to be the one pulling the strings at the academy. Could it be that she's using Allison to further her own agenda? We know that Allison has some pretty powerful telekinetic abilities. What if she's not the only one? What if there are other students at the academy with powers just like hers? And what if those powers are being exploited by the people running the academy? There are a lot of questions surrounding the Dark Umbrella Academy, and we may not have all the answers just yet, but one thing is for sure. There's more to this academy than meets the eye. Stay tuned for more revelations in the video. Why are Sloane and Allison in the academy? At the start of the series, we learn that Sloane and Allison have been at the Dark Academy for years. They must be at least 18 years old to have been there for so long. The Dark Academy recruits people with paranormal abilities when they are very young. Sloane and Allison were probably both psychokinetic before they even knew what the word meant. They were both selected to attend the academy because they were strong enough to be useful in battle. They were being exploited by the academy. These teenagers were being trained to be weapons. Allison and Sloane are both incredibly powerful psychokinetic. Allison can levitate herself, but she's also demonstrated the ability to move objects with her mind. Sloane doesn't need to touch an object to move it with her mind. Instead, she can affect gravity and move objects with her brain. We can safely assume that they both have been part of the academy for a few years. The only way they've been able to hide their abilities is by suppressing them. So Dark Umbrella Academy isn't what it seems. It's actually a school for young people with special powers. The principal, who seems like a kindly old man, is actually testing these students against one another to find the most powerful one. When one of the students manages to beat the others with their powers, he injects them with a serum that makes them go mad. Afterwards, the principal then places them in a new environment where they are far away from their loved ones to test if they can keep their powers while isolated from the people they care about. The principal is doing this to find the ultimate power, and the students at DUAB are simply guinea pigs. Sloane's gravity manipulation powers. Sloane's powers have been shrouded in mystery from the start. We know that she specializes in gravity and that she can also manipulate her own body's density. But what does that mean exactly? There have been many theories on how Sloane's powers work, but we've narrowed it down to two. First, Sloane might be able to manipulate gravity fields. This would allow her to change the gravitational pull in the area around her, which would explain how she can control objects like books. Second, there's the possibility that Sloane can manipulate her own density. This would explain why she's able to lift herself off the ground, as well as why she can change her body's weight. Where did Sloane's powers come from? Sloane's powers were actually a side effect of the principal's serum. When he first tested it on her to make her go mad, he found that she had gained the ability to manipulate gravity. The principal realized that if he continued testing the serum on Sloane, it would eventually kill her. Because her powers came from the serum, the principal decided to test the serum on Allison. He hoped that Allison would gain the same gravity powers as Sloane, so that he could save Sloane's life. When the principal tested the serum on Allison, it made her go mad, but it didn't give her the same gravity powers as Sloane. Instead, it gave her the power to control other people's bodies, which the principal deemed a vastly inferior power. Does Sloane have telekinesis? You are probably wondering if Sloane has telekinesis, or if she's just good at gravity control. To be honest, we don't know. We know that she is able to manipulate gravity and can levitate herself. But we also know that she's capable of moving objects with her mind. Sloane has never been seen touching an object. She's been seen lifting objects and making them lighter, but she's never actually held anything. We know that some psychokinetics can move objects with their minds. Allison has done this on several occasions, and she's even called her powers telekinesis. Since Sloane can do the same thing, it's possible that she has telekinesis. She just doesn't know it because she's never heard of a word like telekinesis before. If we go with the theory that Sloane and Allison are prisoners, it would make sense that Sloane doesn't have telekinesis. Telekinetics can control objects around them with their minds, but they can't manipulate their own bodies. If Sloane wasn't a prisoner, it's possible that she can't manipulate her own body because the Academy is trying to suppress her abilities. This would explain why the Academy is so secretive. They don't want people to know that these young people are being exploited. The Academy would want to keep its training methods a secret, so other organizations don't replicate their methods. The bigger twist: how Sloane's powers really work. We know that Sloane is the one who killed Allison, but why did she do it? The answer is that it wasn't actually Sloane who killed Allison. It was actually gravity. When the tree fell on her, it was because she was in the direct path of its gravitational pull. This means that because Allison was getting closer to being the most powerful person in the world, she was getting closer to controlling gravity. This means that gravity would have been pulling towards her, making it seem as though she was being pulled to the ground. In reality, it was gravity that was doing the pulling. It was pulling towards Allison. If one could see past that illusion, they'd see that it was Sloane who was the one controlling gravity. Is Sloane the ultimate evil? Throughout the series, we find out that Sloane is a scheming woman who loves power over everything. She's willing to do whatever it takes to become the most powerful person in the world. However, when it comes to actually killing someone, she can't seem to do it. This makes us wonder if she's even capable of killing someone. When the principal tries to kill Allison, he fails to do so because he simply can't do it. He cannot bring himself to kill her, even though she's going mad. He is too nice of a person to kill someone, which is the one flaw in his plan. We then see that Sloane is too soft to kill her best friend, even though she knows she must do it for the betterment of the world. It's almost as if she's too nice of a person to kill someone who trusts her with their life. What does this all mean? The obvious answer is that Sloane is too nice of a person to kill someone and save the world. However, we know that she's the one who killed Allison. What this all points to is the fact that Allison must have killed herself because she was too close to gaining ultimate power. She was getting closer and closer to controlling gravity. Because of this, Allison was the only one who could stop herself. She either jumped off a cliff or took a knife and stabbed herself. We don't know what happened in the end, but we do know that Sloane is the one who killed her best friend. We still don't know what the Dark Academy really wants with these kids. We know that they're training teenagers to use their powers in battle, but we don't know what the prize is for winning. We know that some of the students are there because of a bet, but others are there because they're being exploited. Allison and Sloane both seem like they're there against their will. They've both been at the Academy for years, and they're both teenagers. They're probably students who were discovered by the Academy and were then forced to stay. We don't know what the point of the Academy is, but we're hoping that answers are on the way.